Good morning. I just wanted to talk about something. I heard a famous YouTuber say, if you're depressed, then you cannot be a true Christian. And it just made me, I don't know, I guess like feel some type of way about what he said, because on one hand, I understand what he said. Like, he's saying if you are truly in the Word of God, then you're not in your emotions and you shouldn't be depressed. And like, I understand that, but on the other hand, like, I feel like people all go through a process, and because we go through that process, that means that we're not true believers in Jesus. I don't know, like honestly, like sometimes, like the way I feel on the inside, like it's up and down some days. And like, so because you aren't depressed, that means that I don't believe in God. Like, I don't know, I feel like we all have a process, and just because we barely started believing, or just because we're barely going through this process, I don't think that takes away from us being true believers. But I know that what I have learned is like, our suffering, it isn't our suffering is making us like, yes, our suffering is a disease that every human is born into. Suffering and pain is something that we are born with and we have to deal with. And but I also know that suffering is coming to you because you're a target. Like, the devil wants you to focus on something else. He wants to distract your mind, he wants you to be confused, and he wants you to be hurt. So like, we are surrendering to a lie, because whenever I, sometimes I would feel like Bella from Twilight, like whenever she just had they just took the baby out of her, and she was like all screaming and being like going through so much pain on the inside, and on the outside it's just like this. That's how I was feeling. And so like, when we're in the middle of it, we surrender to it. And also, since we were little, we have been taught by the world, if you suffer, then you're weak. And so suffering is loud whenever your fear is loud. Whenever God kept putting it in my mind and my heart to start making these YouTube videos, and probably for like a couple months I was like, no, I'm not gonna make YouTube videos. Like, if you know me in person, I'm very shy and very quiet, and I don't really talk that much on a few people anyways. But and I kept saying no. I'm like, I'm not gonna do that. Nobody, I don't have, people don't want to hear what I have to say, and I know I probably look funny and I probably sound funny, and nobody's gonna want to listen to me. Nobody's gonna want to hear my story. But just one day I was like, okay, God, I will. And I talked to my husband about it, and he was like, okay. And so I just started doing it. But it still makes me nervous to be talking and stuff. But we have to remember, where is our fear and where is our focus. If I kept putting the focus on how I look and how I sound, then I wouldn't have never made these videos. But I'm working on putting my focus on God. So my focus was on God, and God told me to do this, so this is what I'm doing. But like, from when we're little, the world teaches us to panic. Like, everything is like panic. There's a fire drill, panic. There's a tornado, panic. There's a robbery, panic. Everything, panic. Something bad's happened to you, panic. Like, you have to be you have to run quickly to fear. That's what we're taught from when we're little. Like, be scared. You need to be scared. If you're not scared, then something's wrong with you. But we have to remember that suffering is not a life sentence. It's a battlefield. We're on a battlefield. Like, maybe me and my husband, we just started watching Game of Thrones. I really like that show, but they've talked about, he said, I demand trial by combat. And so whenever you're accused of something, you can pick somebody to fight for you, and then they have to fight somebody, and if they win, then that person's just let go. But if that person died, I guess they would be killed. I don't know, but whenever that person has to do the combat, you can pick a champion for you. You can pick someone. You get to pick a champion to fight for you. A lot of the times we believe that I have to do this on my own, and it is what it is. I'm suffering because I'm the one on the battlefield, but we don't see it like that. We see it as real life. I'm really actually going through these things, and it actually hurts, and this is what I'm actually surrounded by. I'm actually surrounded by all this drama, all this pain, all this suffering, all this things that I don't know how to get out of. But you can pick your champion to fight that combat for you. It does not have to be you. Somebody can fight that battle for you. So who do you pick as your champion? People say, I'm not going to trust in God until he gives me what I want. Until I have what I want, and until I'm in the place in my life that I want, then I will think about giving you my life. But you have to understand that trust means knowing. You have to trust. What you put your trust in is what you know. So if you're putting your trust in your fear, then you know that you're scared, so you're gonna be scared. If that's what you want, then that, I mean, I know it's easier said than done, because I've lived with fear and pain and suffering for all my life, but just barely everything feels calm. God actually calmed the storm in my life. I mean, God has me in a place that I never thought I would be. From whenever we're little, we're told, don't trust God. God's not real. The Bible's not good. The Bible's bad. Anybody who trusts in Jesus is delusional. Like, everything towards Jesus is, we're always taught bad from when we're little. The Bible can't be good because it's been rewritten, and everybody just the devil just has so much lies in everybody from when we're little, that of course that's what we believe. That's what we're being shown. But how about we stop trusting the fear and what we see with our eyes, and how about we just go to a calm place, take a deep breath, and change your focus. Whatever is intimidating you, whatever is putting fear in your life, it has a grip on you. Like, your pain follows you every day like a shadow that you can't, like your shadow, you can't get rid of your shadow. It's just there. So you have to, like, it would help you to acknowledge what is bringing pain and hurt to you right now. What's making you sad? What's making you angry?